Hi Bloomers, it's me again, your favorite internet seamstress. Welcome back to Blooming Moon, where we thrive and bloom. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to draft a basic sleeve pattern step by step in a very simple way. It's simple, it's clear, it's direct. This tutorial is beginner friendly, so if you are new to pattern drafting, garment construction, or you just want to learn how to draft, or you love fashion, then you're in the right place. I would walk you through the measurements you need from your shoulder point. This is your shoulder point. From your shoulder to your around arm. When I say around arm, this is what I mean, where the tape is over here. This is my around arm, the circumference to my bicep. This is my bicep. This is what I mean. I hope you can see the tape. To my bicep, to my elbow. This is my elbow. We all know our elbow. And to my wrist. When you are measuring, you need to move your elbow because if you make it straight, it will raise. So you move your elbow for flexibility. This is a basic sleeve pattern, and this is what I'm going to be showing you in today's tutorial, how to draft this basic sleeve. This is a foundational basic skill that you can build on as you grow. Take your time, grab your tools, and let's draft this pattern together. So this is your shoulder point. Here. This is your shoulder point. This is your bicep. This is your elbow. And this is your wrist. Do you see? So your sleeve point. This is where your sleeve point starts from. It starts from the bone on your shoulder, around that side. And this is the green line. It goes like this all the way. So when you want to determine the length of your sleeve, you can decide to end here, which will give you a short sleeve or a short cap. Then, or you can decide to end here, which can give you like a t-shirt form of sleeve. You can decide to end here around the elbow side. You can decide to go all the way down to the wrist. So this becomes your sleeve length. Your sleeve length is from the tip of your shoulder to wherever you want your sleeve to end. That's your sleeve length. So I'm going to start from the tip of the shoulder to the bone of my wrist. That is my sleeve length. And my sleeve length is 21. But for this tutorial, since it's a basic bodice block, we're going to use the wrist as our end, since it's basic. So you draw it, and then later you alter the pattern into whatever you want to do. In this tutorial, just drafting the pattern. There is no allowance. This is the measurements needed for your basic sleeve. Your bicep, your elbow, your wrist, your sleeve length. So my bicep is 13. This is your bicep. I already said that this is around my bicep. So I'll mark that on my bicep line. I don't put my elbow measurements here because whenever I draw my bicep line straight from my bicep to my wrist, before I get there, my elbow is already imputed into it, and it works all the time for me. So I never really put my elbow measurement. My elbow is 10, just so you know. It's 10. It's not forgotten, but anytime I draw that line, it just works for me all the time. So I'm going ahead to, this is the paper I'm using today. This is where my sleeve starts from. This is my shoulder point. Shoulder point again. Here. This is my shoulder point. So this is my green line. Here. This is my green line. Now, the green line is the middle of this pattern. So I have to determine the middle of the pattern. That becomes my green line. And the tip of that middle becomes my shoulder point. Okay. So I'm going to mark my green line. So this is my green line. Mark it green. This is where everything goes on. So I'm going to go ahead and input my bicep measurements. But before I do that, I have to put my vertical measurements. So from my shoulder point, which is, I go back to this paper, from my shoulder point, which is here, to my bicep. from my shoulder point to my bicep. This is what I'm doing. From my shoulder point to my bicep is 6 inches. From my shoulder to my elbow is 13. And from my shoulder to my wrist is 21. So this is what I mean. From my shoulder point to my bicep is 6 inches. To my elbow, that's 13. And to my wrist, that's 21. So see that? That's it. This is the vertical measurement from here to here. This is what I'm doing. This is my bicep line, elbow. That's my elbow. I have put my bicep, my elbow, and my wrist line. Now I'm going to put the actual measurements, which is this one, the 13, the 10, and the 8. So this is the green line. You divide the measurement. Half goes here, half goes here. Half goes here, half goes here. That's how it goes. So this is 13. Half of 13 is 6 and half. 6.5. Half of 13 right there. And then the other half goes here. Half on each side. 6.5, 6.5. This is why I say I don't put my elbow. My wrist is 8. So I'm going to mark 8 on my wrist line, right? And my elbow is around this side. So when I connect these lines, it automatically fits for my elbow. That's why I said I don't. But you could do yours. This is it. See? Do you see? Our sleeve is coming nicely. I'm going to draw a straight line to connect my shoulder points to my bicep. That looks like a triangle after that. I'm using pencils because it gets technical over here. So I use pencil first. This is it. See? This is what it looks like when you get here. Here. Divide the bicep by 2. Then now draw a straight line. If you have a pattern master, that's even better. Because of the 90-degree angle, it makes you draw perfect straight lines. See? Right there. I'm drawing a straight line. My line is 3 inches long. That is what's going to determine my cap height. I'm using 3 inches for that. So this is it, 3 inches long for my cap height. We're going to determine where we want to use as our front and where we want to use as our back. This is where you have to decide where you want to use. So I'm going to use this side as my front, which would represent the pink, and this side, my back, will represent the blue. Because of this tutorial, I want you to see the color difference, so you know when I use the pink, you know that as the front, and then when I use the blue, you know that's the back. So we are going to use the pink for the front, and this is my front. Okay, so this line from my bicep to my shoulder point is 9 inch, is a 9-inch line. 9 inch divided by 4 is 2.25. 2.25. This is each for 2.25, 2.25, and another 2.25 over here. Over here. You divide this front line by 3. And when you're done, you're supposed to be having 4 spaces. I said divide this line by 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. When you finish, make sure you get 4 squares or 4 spaces. So This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. Did we get 4 empty spaces? Yes. How many lines? 3. Mind you, 4 spaces, 3 lines. Okay. We divided this line into 4. Or you can say we divided it into 2. And then we divided each again into another half, into another half. If that's how you understand it, that's also fine. On the first line that we marked as number 1, here, we're going to go in, which means here, we are coming inside the pattern. We're going to go in by 0.5, or that's half an inch. So this is half an inch here on line 1. On line 3, which is outside here, we are going to go out by 0.75, which is here. Do you see? So here we went out. Here we came in. Line 1, line 3. And this is all for the front. After you're done marking your lines, you connect it. This is how you're going to connect it. Just like this. From one point to another. See? From the bicep to the 0.5 to the middle. From the bicep to the 0.5 to the middle. Then you turn your armhole curve. You go this direction. From the shoulder point to the out 3 to 2. That's how you go on this side. So this is like 2, 3 point. See? That's it. This is the most simplest way ever you can do this. Come in. So here's in, inside. And here, 0.5. Or you can say half. So this is 0.5. You came inside by 0.5 and you went out. This is out by 0.75. That's it. Again, straight line, divide it by 2 and divide each half by another half. So that's like a quarter of each. So take a moment to take the front in and then the back. That's also 9 inch, right? We're going to divide this by 3. We divided this by 4. We divide this by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is obviously 3 for each. So this is 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, and 3, 3. So you see, this is 1, this is 1, that's it. Here. This is 1, this is 1, that's it. The back is divided into 3. So A, B, C. That's it. On the A side, that's your last segment connecting to your bicep. You measure that line. It's 3 inches. So half of 3 is 1.5. This is the half of that line, 1.5. You mark it. Mark that line. And then this is the third line. You also mark this line. You will go in here. The standard pattern will be to go in by 0.25, but I go in by 0.5 and it works for me perfectly. I realize that anytime I use 0.25, it's always tight at that side. So I use 0.5 and it worked. So I always use 0.5. So you go in again. Remember the way we went in? So you go in. This is in. And this is out. So you go in by 0.5. And here, again, you come out by the same 0.75. And then you connect your lines. This is where your line is connecting from. You see, it's different from this side. Make sure, don't get confused about the front and the back. The front is divided into 4. The back is divided into 3. So you take note. This is how the back goes, like this. Bicep, line, middle. Like this. And then this is how it goes over here. It goes like this. The shoulder point to the outer to the middle. See? Right there. And that's how you have it. This is your basic sleeve pattern. So here, I'm going to notch this. This is my back. We've come to the end of this basic sleeve tutorial. I want you to try it out. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share, and practice, because practice makes perfect. Thank you for sticking with me to the end, and I'll see you in the subsequent ones where I alter this pattern into different sleeve types. I have 10 series coming on just sleeves, so it's going to be big. Stay tuned for the next type of sleeve variation. There are so many sleeve variations, so stay tuned for that. Thank you once again, and see you in the next one. Bye bye now. And this is how you draft a basic sleeve pattern. So this is the basic sleeve pattern. Every type of pattern comes from this basic sleeve. You alter it into different types of sleeve, into the bishop, into the bell sleeve, into tiered sleeves, into whatever sleeve you want, cut sleeve, tulip sleeves. So this is the foundation. When you get this right, the subsequent alteration is simple. I want you to take time out and practice this very well, because this is the most basic sleeve ever. I'm stressing on it because if you get this right, all your other subsequent sleeves are easy to make. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, you know, the rest. Thank you for being here, and see you next week in my next tutorial. Bye bye now.